My mom's from Nigeria and my dad's from here. And we started talking, and I would say probably within sort of 2 or 3 days, I was convinced that this person is it. I'm not going to look anywhere else. I'm going to keep going. And didn't tell anybody about it because I thought they're going to be thinking this is a little bit of a red flag meeting somebody, and he's Nigerian. The minute you say Nigerian, it's game over. It's like high risk, run for your life sort of thing. But I don't want to, cast everybody in the same sort of boat. So um, we started talking, carried on. And then I think about 3 weeks later, you had an issue in Nigeria where all like the businesses were shut. He lives in Abuja, by the way. Um,
Yes, there was
and
a
it was
strike.
really, yeah, and it was really, really difficult. So he's a tailor. He has a nice shop, even nicer now with my money, guys. Go check it out and burn it down for me. I'll send the address later. Um, well, anyway, he's good in his job, but we will still burn it down. Um, he wasn't making any money. He was struggling. He was hungry. He had nothing in his account. And I will tell you, anybody that knows me is I will never see any person hungry. So that's how it began. I need money to buy food and stuff. So I felt really bad. I sent money. How much is the food? Oh, I need about 150,000 naira. I don't know what your currency is. I don't know whether that's a
Is
lot of
he a
money.
lion? Is he a lion? 150K for food.
Listen, that is probably one of the minimum amount of money that I sent. I've sent more than that because it's like, oh, a bag of rice is almost 200,000. It's 100,000. I never saw no receipt. I just took word for whatever he said. And I just sent because he was hungry. And I looked in his place. There was nothing in the kitchen, so there was evidence that he was hungry. Um, and that's how I sort of began. Then the electricity bill came because then he bypassed the electricity bill. Then they caught him, and then he had to pay and this, and then it was the rent, and it was the generator, then his mom's business, then this. It would just kept going on, and on and on. And then obviously I met his mum, well, on video, talking and the sisters and stuff like. I spoke to the family. And then when
Sorry, this guy, where's he from? What part of
oh,
Nigeria?
Benue State, but he lives
Benue.
in Nigeria. Yeah. His name's Daniel. And if he's on here, I'm coming after you, son of a. Anyway, carry on. Um, I would say my good nature and my heart really just got the best of me. And when I spoke to his mum, I felt sorry that, it's really hard over there. And for women, it's really, really hard. Doesn't have a supportive dad and stuff like that. So I just kept helping. And then one day he proposed and said, look, I want to get married to you. And I said, oh, okay. I've never really thought much about getting married, but yeah,
Married to you,
fine.
like, have you guys met before?
Never met.
He's in love with the
Never
money.
met.
Even me, I'll marry you soon, immediately.
Marry me. I've got this a list of people to get married to. I'm very busy next year for marriage, but you'll be on the list too. Um,
Wait.
um,
So you want to marry now since you are buying bag of rice every weekend?
I need to get married because all that rice that people have been chopping over there and eating, you all listen, nobody should DM me later asking for bag of rice. We will get married first, then you can eat all the rice you want. I need to get married first, then the rice will begin.
Voila, deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've learned now. Um, So anyway, we kept going. And my mum came to Nigeria. My mum met him with my uncle and auntie
Wow.
and stuff like that when she stopped over. She thought he was a lovely person. There was nothing to worry about. No, nothing that came up that was concerning. I think at this sort of stage, we kind of realized that, okay, he didn't come from a rich family and he doesn't have the means, and I did. So I knew that I probably had to pay for majority of the stuff anyway. So I did his passport and I did his visa 5 times. The idiot did never went to the interview.
What?
Yep, I paid. I applied for it. I paid for the visa 5 times. It used to be with a
And he never
visa
went.
something. Nope, he never went because I complained. to the UK visa people that were taking too long to process the visa, and I asked them to do an investigation, which they did in Nigeria, and actually went to look through the camera, CCTV footage and whatever. Believe it or not, we've got, I'm quite intelligent, not stupid in a lot of ways, apart from men. And they found that he never arrived there. And bearing in mind that for a visa it's about £120, so I've paid that 5 times. And the application fee is different, and then you obviously have to book your interview fees. So that's quite a bit of money if you calculated it all together.
So that guy don't want to come and meet you at all in the UK.
It's not like he didn't want to come. The problem was, from what we gathered, because I do my investigations, is that he was the only person who was actually financially earning and supporting his mum, his sisters, 2 younger sisters in university. One of
That's
which
BS.
I talked to.
That's BS. That's BS.
Well, I don't know. We just kind of gathered that he didn't want to leave or something. He wanted me to come all the way over there by myself, and I can't come over there to Nigeria by myself and get, married. I don't know the country. I don't know, what if I'd be safe. So I decided I canceled going there twice myself. I just did not feel safe. So
Wait, see. If he travel to the UK, he will work and make more money and help his family back home even more better.
The UK has changed its laws and policies. It's not that easy as you think anymore.
Back then.
Yeah. So as of the coming year now, this year and next year, it will be harder for Nigerian. And George, do you want to hear where the dark part comes in now? You ready for this part?
Ready.
Getting dark. Okay. Now, I'm not a very religious person, but I do believe in God. So one day I had a really horrible dream about this man that literally woke my soul up. And so I called a good friend of mine who goes to church every day. And she said, that's not a very good dream. You should not be. I basically went into a house fire and I was trying to pull this man out of the fire. And I did. And this man turned right round and walked straight back in the fire. And I said, no, I'm not going to come and save you. You can stay in that fire. But then what happened was that after I had that dream, I realized that every time he asked for money, I wouldn't give him. I couldn't give him. There was something that just would not allow me to give him. And so one day I met an Indian lady, and she said to me, random, out of the blue, don't know her, never met her. She's a gypsy anyway, but she looks like an Indian lady. She's a gypsy. And she was like, you do realize that God has just saved you from something. Do you realize that you had somebody in your life who was draining you and your soul and your energy, and you could never say no? Oh, I said, what do you mean? She goes, the partner that's just going to dump you shortly, whatever you do, do not give any more money. Because every time I gave money, I took on bad luck, basically. Yeah, and the more I said no to giving money, the more they became very, very weird and very different. And then one day they said to me, well, no, they couldn't get married unless they did a ritual to allow him to get married. And he needed 1.4 million naira to do the ritual.
What?
Which would allow him to get married.
God.
I've got all the messages. I'll tell you now, I'm very happy to send them to you. And you can do what you want with them in terms of evidence. I've got everything already there. And then I said, oh, I don't want to be part of a family that nobody can get married in unless they did this. And how do I know that if I send the money to you, it's not going to be used to me? I'm not going to be the sacrifice. I said, no, that sounds really weird. I don't know. Maybe it's a thing in this, whatever. I've never heard of it. And then one day he sent a message, said, well, if you don't give the money, then it's game over, and then blocked me. And that was it. That's how he gone.
And it blocked you.
Yep. Blocked me everywhere. That was it.
This is one of the weirdest story I've ever had. Weirdest
100% true.
No, I mean, so some of these Nigerian men Are you sure he's not married back home? Are you sure he's not having a wife and family back home or something?
Yeah, no, he's definitely not married. I had my sources check it out.
So why wouldn't he want to go to the UK and meet you?
I think he wanted to, but I think at this stage I was just querying why everything I was paying for, your transport I was paying for, your rent I was paying for, your electricity I was paying for, your food I was paying for, your clothes I was paying for, your generator I was paying for. I was paying for so much shit, and I left him with about almost 3 million naira in his account. But it always seemed like it was just never enough. And I couldn't, I sent £2,000 and £1,000 and 800 in a space of 6 months. I think I just sent so many. I sent thousands, like blew up my savings, just trying to help somebody. That was it. It was just never enough. In the end, I said to him, I don't know whether you're after my life or my soul or my blood, but literally, even that is not going to be enough. Yeah. Now, what do you think I should do to this person?